Hi, my name is Hugo Ortega from the Uber Tablet blog. Welcome back. Today I wanted to sit down and show you the i7210. This is the first opportunity I've had to do this. It's the only one in the Southern Hemisphere, and I'm just about to go to a meeting and leave it with somebody. So it's really now or never. So let's look at what's in the box. There's a recovery CD, getting started, a user's guide, Australian power cord, and here's the device. Now, the best thing about this little package, I feel, is that included in the price is the docking station. So we'll go through that in a second. So let's take a closer look. So what we've got here is the little i7210. It's quite a nice device in your hands, I feel. Like all of them, it tends to run a little bit warm. I can't say that I've had a hot experience, but it's definitely warm. But I think that's with all devices of this nature. They're just cramming so much into a little space. If we go around the device, let's just zoom in for a sec. Let's start on the right hand corner. What you've got is an inbuilt 1.3 megapixel camera. Then we've got page up and page down, so we can scroll pages. Then this, I feel, is key. If you followed my blog, you know that I feel quite passionate about this. It's the little joystick to manipulate the mouse. The reason I favour that is that touch screens tend to inevitably, I guess, create issues with how it likes to have the finger placed and where and at what point. So having that is quite, I guess, a nice feature for me. Also, it's a click, so you can double click using that joystick while navigating the mouse. Then you've got the camera launcher, and you've got the like a media style launcher, so you could launch your Windows Media Player from there and take a photo or start capturing your movies from there. So as we work our way around the device, here you've actually got left click and right click, again something I favour very, very much. Then you've got the information or an I-type series button, and what that does is launches Internet Explorer and goes to like a search engine page. By default it's MSN, but you could actually set that to whatever you like. Then these little buttons. Now as we get a little bit closer, hopefully you can make those out. You've got volume, volume up, volume down, play, stop, pause, skip, fast forward, rewind. So they're those media interactive type buttons that make a world of difference when you're using this as a dedicated media player or at least an additional media player. So let's just zoom back out again. Now as we flip the device on its back and rotate around, there's quite a few features to talk about, so we'll start here. On this side what we have is just power cord, so that's where you plug in your AC to take a charge. There we go, plug in AC. Now this that's up and down, plus or minus, to many people it looked as though it would be volume control, but all it is brightness. So you can take up or down the brightness. As we rotate around, you've got the power button and also a lock mechanism. And the lock mechanism just allows you to lock off the touch. So you no longer can place your finger on there. So if it's going into a bag or going under your arm for a second, you can lock off the touch while the device is on. Fan. You've also got a bit of a fan in there, coming out, protruding that way. You've also got LEDs, so you've got the battery life, hard drive, battery, hard drive, and the Wi-Fi, so it'll let you know whether or not these are active. Then you've got the microphone and audio jacks, and they're obviously very handy. And as we rotate around within this silver lining, you've got your first USB port on the device, and as we rotate around once more. We're on the left hand side now. A second USB port. And that's about it for rotating around the device. Down here you've just got two little knuckles or feet that help you plug into the docking station. Now as we turn the device around on its backside, there's the port replicator which plugs into the dock. And the dock in this package comes standard, so that's pretty exciting. And there's a foot to lean the device. Now quite a strong, sturdy sort of a foot. Now let's just zoom out again. So there's the on that foot actually it's quite sturdy. It's quite a thin device. So far so good. Batteries found at the bottom. Again, two little rubber feet, so to prevent it from sliding. So let's just boot that up. And let's look at the dock. The dock I was quite pleased with. I quite like it. I like the look of it. I think it's a little bit sort of rugged or army looking with its sharp edges. So let's just go around the dock. So the dock has the ability, starting from the back, to accept a USB port there, or USB device, Ethernet, VGA, so built-in VGA with the two little screws for the monitor plug. So I think that's always a value. Nowadays some manufacturers are avoiding placing those screws there, and you just end up with bent cables, so I kind of like that. Then we've got S-Video, so you could actually project this out onto a projector or a plasma TV or any such device that you like. Then you've got the AC charging, for charging. As we turn around, you've got two more USB ports. Come to the front, you've got the port replicator and this arm, but you've got a little bit of clearance there where it push it down and it locks in, lift it up, and you can lay it back on its side, so for packing it away. At the front, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. At the front you've got again little LEDs for power and for Ethernet. So let's spin around again to the last side. Again, a USB port, and here you've got the VGA capabilities so to switch from VGA internal to VGA external, and I'll go through that in just a second. So that's the port replicator, or the docking station as you might call it. Now it's a little bit lighter than I thought. I was expecting it to look and feel sort of heavier, but that's not a bad thing for transporting around. I realised that by placing the little arm into the lock position, you really do get quite an easy docking. So let's have a look at that. So our EO is on now. Let's just close some devices, some applications. Now with the dock locked there, all we have to do is line up those little knuckles that I told you about on the dock, and that's it, we're in.